Alright guys, so we're back at it again. Today I'm going to show you how I went from these really overdue to be groomed brows to these really cleaned up, ready for makeup brows at home in my own time. We're going to need a couple things to get started, so go ahead and get your pad and your pencils out. You're going to need a small angle brush. This one is from e.l.f. and I also have a spoolie from e.l.f. that I'm going to be using. You're going to need a jet black eyeliner pencil. You're going to need some little cosmetic scissors, and you're going to need Nair. Generally, I use the one for the face, but I didn't have any more, so I'm using the body and legs one. You guys don't use this one. My skin is not sensitive, so I can get away with it, but I don't want you to burn yourself, so get the right ones. So now I'm going to start off by just combing out my brows to make sure I have them going in the direction that I want them to be going in. And I'm going to start and trim some off the top because, as you can see in that first picture, those hairs on that right brow were just really out of control and just really disrespectful. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing on the other eye, and that's just trim the excess hairs from the top of my brow because they're just serving no purpose. They're just being all bushy. And just brushing through. I'll be brushing through a lot in this video. And now I'm going to take that very dark pencil and just kind of outline my brows as though I'm filling them in, almost like I'm about to prepare to do my makeup for the day. And I'm going to do the same thing, just trace or outline that top part of the brow. I go a little bit thicker than I would actually do my brows just to kind of leave some room for error because this is irreversible, guys. I'm just brushing that out. And I'm just making that a little bit darker on that end and just really trying to get that arch precise. So now I'm just going to go in and make sure that my brows are symmetrical. And this is a good trick, you guys. Your eyebrows should start about here on your nose, so the inner portion of your nostril. And your arch should be right at an angle or diagonal. And then the end of your brow should be from the tip of your outside of your nostril to the edge. So that's a good guide to know how far you're supposed to go with your brows. And so now we're on to the main event. I'm just going to be smoothing that hair remover that I'm not supposed to be using, and you're going to get the right one, all underneath my brow with that angle brush. And I've sped up the video a bit, but I really take my time to make sure that I get this as clean and crisp as possible. It is really creamy, so it's kind of hard to work with, but with practice, it gets easier and easier. Sometimes I can even do this without outlining my brows. I just outline them because I think it'll be much easier if you're doing it for the first time to do it this way. So I'm just outlining my brows, and I'm going a little messy at first, just making sure the product gets on there. And then I'm going to take the tip of the brush to smooth it in closer to the line that we've made in order to show us where we want our brows to be. And I'm just repeating the same steps on the other brow now. And so, yeah, I went ahead and put a little bit on my little woman stash because it was getting on my nerves. So I went ahead and wiped that off. I take the finest hairs off first, so that would be the mustache area or the facial hair, and then in between the brows. And then I'm just taking off all that cream, and all the hair is coming off very nicely with it, as you can tell here. And I am a little red and irritated, but you guys, it went down after like an hour. It was not a big deal. I filmed a makeup tutorial like right after this, so don't be alarmed. And I'm just brushing through my brows to see how they really are because it can be a little tricky. And I see that there are some hairs that I did not get as well as I wanted to. So I'm just going back with those scissors and cutting those. And brushing through some more. And just trying to catch all the little hairs that I could have missed. And then I'm going to just tweeze a couple of the small hairs that didn't come out. And my trick to tweezing to keep it from hurting so bad is I apply pressure. That's what I was doing with my finger. As soon as I pull the hair out, I go ahead and apply some pressure on that hair or the area where the hair was. And just brushing back through the brows. That's it for this tutorial, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you try it the correct way and let me know what your results are like. I definitely think that if there's something that can be done at home that's going to save you some coins, then you should be doing it. So I've been doing this for a while. Let me know what you guys think about it, and I will see you in my next video.